I said I find it appalling when my colleagues on the other side of the aisle always talk about how we're catering to special interests when it comes to, but these are folks that I consider my constituents, my friends, right? Firefighters, teachers, nurses, people who are struggling to make ends meet every single day. And they call it like that they don't deserve the help, that they're going to get more than they deserve. But when they passed a 1.5 trillion dollar tax cut of corporate welfare, they had no problem doing that. A tax cut that benefited the top 0.1% of this country. No problems. We're going to step a line. We're going to vote for that. But when it comes to actually giving aid and support to the people that I've been visiting in the food lines and the vaccination sites week after week for over a year, yeah, that is something that I find appalling when they compare the two. So we know that this pandemic started in 2020, but its effects and and what's going on has spilled into 2021. So we need to take big strides to help the people who are being disproportionately impacted. That's especially true when it comes to communities of color, immigrant communities, essential workers on the front lines of this health emergency who just bear the brunt of this pandemic. In my district, COVID-related deaths among Latinos have soared by almost 1,000% since November. But I don't hear my friends on the other side of the aisle talking about that. The unemployment rate remains well above 10%, and the rate is even higher amongst people of color. And the Black and Latino communities are considerably at risk due to systemic barriers and inequities in vaccine distribution. And that it has resulted in low rates of vaccinations throughout the country. So I do believe this bill will help remedy some of these inequities and help working families. I know it doesn't cut taxes for corporate America, which Republicans are always willing to go and vote for. But this is something that is absolutely necessary. We need to increase the federal, we're going to increase the federal supplement to unemployment benefits to $400 a week and provide more weeks of life-saving benefits. That's a big deal, especially for gig workers and workers who are now eligible for this benefit. It's going to be a big, big deal for the people of my district. Mixed status immigrant families, a group I will continue to work to fight for in every COVID relief package, will get the financial support they desperately need as well. Immigrant families, newly included in the December stimulus bill, will continue to be eligible for stimulus payments. 2.2 million U.S. citizen or legal immigrant children left out of past rounds of stimulus payments will now be eligible for relief. That is a big deal. The expansion of relief to mixed status families is a major win. However, the fight to protect immigrant families is not over. And I will continue to fight to secure financial assistance for millions of tax contributing immigrants that risk their lives in the essential workforce but are barred from receiving federal financial assistance. These are not folks who asked for a handout. These are folks who came here and are working and paying taxes, but yet my colleagues never on the other side of the aisle never talk about that. They call them, welfare recipients, even though they're not accepting any welfare. So I wanted to say that we need to continue pushing on this package. People are suffering. And if you don't see it, come to my district and I can walk you around in the streets. And you can let people ask you, what are you going to do to help their situation? And giving the corporate tax cuts to the largest corporations in this country is not the answer they're looking for. With that, I yield back.